I'm back, and in the last live session we talked about ratio, rates, proportional relationships and units. That was related to that was in the domain problem solving and data analysis. And like I told you, there are four different domains in digital SED math. There is the heart of algebra, the advanced math, and geometry and trigonometry, and we have of course problem solving and data analysis. So now we did one topic from problem solving and data analysis. We'll be doing the next topic from the advanced math, nonlinear functions. That is huge. There are lots of questions and there are a lot of topics. The entire algebra 2 is over there. So in advanced math, if you will see, there are three different things: expressions, functions, and equations. So like whenever you learn about algebra, it's three things: expressions, like how do you add them, subtract them, multiply them, divide them, or how do you simplify the expression that comes in equivalent expression. So there's the skill known as equivalent expression in digital SED. So it talks about operations on rational functions, polynomial functions, quadratic functions, all those things. Next is your functions. The functions talks about the functions. For example, what is the relationship between input and output? What does the equation signifies? For example, what is the meaning of those numbers, those variables that are being used in the equation, and how does it translate to their real life meaning? The interpretation, the graph, the y-intercept, x-intercept, the characteristics of that equation. For example, characteristics are y-intercept, x-intercepts, minimum, maximum, asymptotes, everything of that sort. So that is what is covered in functions. So in functions, even Desmos will not be very much helpful because this is very conceptual topic, and over here you have to learn about the concepts. You have to know what does everything mean, how the graph looks like, what are the characteristics of quadratic functions, what are the characteristics of exponential functions, and what kind of exponential functions are there, what kind of quadratic functions are there, what does each number, each coefficient, each constant, each variable represents. So this is more about that. So this is more of a conceptual topic. We don't have to solve anything, but you have to understand things in a better way. Yeah, that's about it. And then there is equations and inequalities. That is where you're comparing two things, whether they are equal to each other, and then you're solving them. Okay, so in algebra there are these three things. So in advanced math, that is how they have categorized the things. Equivalent, they've not gone the way of quadratics, exponential. They've not gone topic wise. They have gone expressions, functions, equations. So expressions we will take some days, but today is Sunday, and yeah. So today we will be doing nonlinear functions. It's a lot of questions. There are 132 questions. I don't know how much we'll be doing. We'll be able to do this in question. So how I would like to go about in this live, I would like to go topic wise. So that if you cover quadratics, we cover quadratics. So we'll do first easy questions of quadratics, then medium questions of quadratics, and then hard questions of quadratics. And if I'm not tired, then we'll move to the other topic. And we're starting with quadratics because it is one of the most important topics of advanced math. Most of the questions are going to be from quadratics. Okay, so it's a very important topic, quadratics and exponential, because word problems are also from them, and most of the functions problems are from there. If I show you the analysis, I have this analysis for this one. So if I show it to you, let me see if I have it. No, I don't have it. So I'll have to open it. Just give me a second. Yeah. So yeah, basically there are a lot of quadratic exponential problems, and few of them are polynomial and those sort of problems. No, I don't have the complete analysis of this, but yeah. So how I will be going in this live, like I've already told you, first we'll be covering quadratics, and then in quadratics also first easy questions, then medium questions, then hard questions, so that your concepts are building up. And then we'll be talking about exponential functions, and then rest of everything: polynomials, radical, rational, absolute value, all of them combined together. Alright, so that is what I'm going to write in the chat also. We'll be starting with quadratics, so that if somebody joins later on, I think they can see. Starting with, because I would like to go topic wise rather than doing all easy questions, because there are so many topics in here. it's not like ratio rates, because there was just one single topic. The concept was pretty much the same. So you could directly do all easy questions and all medium questions, all hard questions, because there was this one simple process. You have to make tables, cross multiply, get your answer. Sometimes you have to make two tables, sometimes you have to make two different tables, but it was all of that much only, nothing out of the box. But here we have multiple topics. So without further ado, I will be starting. So we are over here, and we are going to discuss the quadratic functions first, easier ones first. This one is a medium question, and this time I would like to write down, so just give me a second. I will get pen and paper, because I want to make a note of which question is which, so that I'm not like going all over again like I did in the previous live session, that I was going through going through the question every single time. So I would not want to do that. So just give me a second. I'll be my tab is sitting over here. I just need a piece of paper. Okay, that's okay. But I will take care of it, because she's sitting and I don't want to disturb her. I don't know if I can show you where she's sitting. Let me just see if I can show it to you. Yeah, you can see over here she's sitting, and this is my bookshelf. So here are my notebooks. Yeah, and there's my whiteboard. This is a TV. This is and this is me again. So I will just put it back on the laptop. Yeah. So the first question is medium quadratics. Yeah. Second is hard quadratics. Third one is also, I have some of the questions written. Fourth one is an easy quadratic question. So let me go to the fourth question directly. Fourth question means page number 4. As you can see, this is question number 4, and yeah, you can look at the graph, right? And I will just move myself on this side. I will keep moving myself depending on the question. So you can see this is a quadratics graph, right? And it is a parabola going down, so it has a maximum value. Now let's see what the question is asking. So whenever you see a parabola, that means it's quadratic, because in quadratics there are only two possible shapes. One of them is parabola up and the other one is parabola down. Okay. The graph shows the height above ground, okay, in meters. Yeah, the y-axis is showing the height above ground. You can see over here. X seconds after the ball was launched upward from a platform. X seconds, yes. On the x-axis we have time in seconds. On the y-axis we have height above ground in meters. And what does this graph is telling us? That this is the starting position. This was the height at which the ball was being thrown. Okay, the ball was being thrown from this point, and you just like when you throw anything upwards, it goes to a maximum height and it comes down. So these are height problems, and these are sort of your parabola shape only, because with time the height will go up, and after a point it will come down and it will touch the ground. Okay, so you will see a lot of height problems in quadratics. This is also a height problem. And this is the starting point from which height it is thrown. This is the maximum height it attains, and then at this point it reaches the ground again. Yes, okay. So the graph shows the height above ground in meters of a ball x seconds after the ball was launched upward from a platform. Which statement is best interpretation of the marked point 1.0, 4.8? So they're talking about interpretation. There will be a lot of interpretation problems in this particular module, because we're talking about functions. So they will want to know what is the interpretation of x-intercept, what is the interpretation of y-intercept, what is the interpretation of this number, what is the interpretation of this point. There will be a lot of questions like this. So over here we have seen that this is your x and x is your number of seconds. I don't know why it's glitching so much. My entire laptop has been glitching. I have no idea why. Okay, let me try to, close several things. Because I think there is some kind of overload. I don't know why there is an overload, but I feel like there is some kind of overload because I think it might be because of still glitching. Glitching as in it's like shivering. How do I exit from here? No, I don't want to sign out. Okay. And over here I'm also going to close a lot of things. I accidentally crossed what I wanted. I have been delaying to get a new laptop, but I think now would be the time. See now, no, even now it is x is your seconds and y is your height in meters. So basically this is telling that after 1 second the height was 4.8 meters above the ground. So now we read the options. 1 second after being launched, the ball's height above ground is 4.8 meters. That's what exactly it is saying. So first one is right. 4.8 seconds. This can't be seconds because 4.8 is meter and this one is seconds. So this option is already gone. The ball was launched from an initial height of 1 meter. 1 is not meter, it is second. So this option is also gone. The ball was launched from an initial height of 4.8 meters with an initial velocity of 1 meter per second. Again, 1 is not meter per second, it is second. So this option is also gone. So you can see only one option is telling you that 1 is second and 4.8 is meters. We choose that option and it is the right interpretation that after 1 second, the height above the ground is 4.8 meters. So that's the first question. Now the next question from Easy Quadratics is question number 10. Yeah, this is question number 10. Again, you see the graph, it's a parabola, like this time it is opening upwards, so this time there is a minimum point. So there is ocean water level and there is elapsed time. So water level is going down and then it is coming back again. Okay, now see what the question is saying. Scientists recorded data about ocean water levels at a certain location over a period of 6 hours. The graph shown models the data where y equals 0 represents the sea level. Okay, fine. Which table gives values of x and their corresponding values of y based on the model? How is my battery running low? It's there. Oh, it's not been charging. Now it's showing 96%, initially it's showing 9%. Just give me a second. One webcam. I got one webcam. Oh my god, with webcam I realized one thing. Just give me a second, because this is SD, so I need to change something over here, because yeah, tools, no tools. Oh my god, this will also be SD. I saw how can I go HD in OBS, but I don't think, I think I'll have to do it from the beginning, so I will do it in the next live. Yeah, enough distractions. Yeah. So now you see on the x-axis the points are 0, 0 and 3. Here also you have 0, 3, 0. Here you have 0, 3, 6, and here you have 0, 12, negative 6. So first we have to see what is happening at 0. So we will make a table for all the points. We have seen our options, right? After making our options, I will make the table. At 0, the value is 0. And then they're talking about 3. So at 3 it's negative 12. We're talking about 6. At 6 it is 0 again. Here. So that is what we have. YouTube is not responding. What happened? Yeah, I don't know. What happened? The stream status is poor. I will just wait for some time, because how do I increase whatever they are asking me to increase? Okay, settings. Just give me a second. Talking about video. It should be between 3,000 to 6,000. So making it 4,500. And now it's completely gone. It is saying not connected. It is still not responding. extreme health is poor, they are in analytics. Can I open widget? How to open the widget and how to fix it? I have no idea what should I do now. It's still not showing. I have no idea what is happening. Not connected. Excellent. Yeah. Now it's showing excellent. How can I just anyways, yeah. I hope it's working fine now. Yeah. So I will be going up here. So we have got our points. I'm really sorry about that. At 0 we have 0, at 3 we have negative 12, at 6 we have 0. And now let's see where I have these points. At 0 we have 0, so this option is gone. At 0 we have 0, at 3 we have negative 12, so this option is also gone. And then at 0 we have 0, at 3 we have negative 12, at 6 we have 0, so C is the answer. 0, 0, 12, 3, no. At 12 there is nothing, at negative 6 there is nothing, so this option is also gone. So there is just option C. Okay? Here. So we just make a table and then we just check the options. So this was question number 10. The next easy quadratic questions is question number 20. Here. So now we'll be going to question number 20. Again, you can see upward parabola is given to you. The x-intercept of the graph is shown. It is x comma 0. What is the value of x? The suggestion again, what is happening? Let me see in the studio what is there. The suggestion is higher. We recommend that you stream bitrate of 2500 kbps. They want me to keep 2500. Yeah, I changed it. Okay, I'm going to keep at 2500. I hope now they are fine and now they can let me focus. So this is the third question in quadratics. I'm really sorry about all this thing. So we have done 2 questions. Yes, I've taken the suggestion. I hope now nothing will be gone wrong. Yeah. So yeah, let me just start from the beginning because this wasn't a very great start. So question number 4. So over here the graph is given, they wanted to know what does this point mean. So x coordinate is time in seconds, so 1 is your seconds, y coordinate is meters. So 4.8 is meters, so you have to see 1 second, 4.8 meters. So in all the options there's only one option where we see 1 second after being launched, the ball's height above ground is 4.8 meters, so this is our answer. Over here you have 1 meter, that's not correct. Again you have 1 meter, that's not correct, that should be in seconds. Again you have 1 meter per second, that's also not correct. So that was question number 4, and this point represents after 1 second the height is 4.8 meters. Next question, the second question was question number 10. Here the graph is given to you, you just have to identify which table is there. So at 0 it is 0, at 3 it is negative 12, at 6 it is 0. So we just look at the options where we see that, and option C is 0, 0, 3, negative 12, 6, 0. So that's going to be my answer. Now after question number 10, you directly have question number 20 on quadratics. So over here also a graph is given to you and they want to know the x-intercept of the graph is x, 0, what is the value of x, and are there any options? No, there are no options. So you can see x-intercept is the point which cuts or touches the x-axis. So over here this is going to be my x-intercept, and this point is 7, 0. So the value of x is 7. So 7 is my answer. Okay, so this is also pretty fair question. You just have to know x-intercepts are x, 0 and which touches the x-axis or cuts the x-axis, either of those. The next question after that is we have done question number 20. Question number 35 is the next one. Yeah, so again you can see this is open parabola. Again they are asking for what is the x-intercept. So it's the exact same question that we just did. X-intercept is 4 because it is touching at 4. So this is 4. So my answer is going to be 4, 0 is my x-intercept. So the answer is 4, 0, and there we go. Now the next one after 35 is now from 46 I'll have to check. That's hard exponential. This one is medium. I will keep it in polynomial. And this is question number 47. This is quadratic, but this is medium quadratics, not easy quadratics. This is medium polynomial. Yeah, 50 is medium exponential. Okay, until that time I will just show my face because yeah. So just give me a second, I am just going to arrange them. $51 is easy, but that one is rational. $52 is hard quadratics. 53 is quadratic, but that is medium quadratics. $54. That's quadratic but medium quadratics. $55. That's hard exponential. $56. That's easy exponential. 57, 58, 59. Easy exponential. I'm so sorry about this, but trust me, this will help us in the longer run. This one is hard polynomial. Easy exponential. Easy exponential. Medium quadratics. Easy polynomial. There's no question only on that. Hard quadratics. This one is also hard quadratics. 68. Is medium exponential. 70, 71, 72, 73. $73 is hard exponential, and that's a very tough problem. $74 is medium exponential. $75 is easy exponential. $78 is easy radical. $79 is medium exponential. $80 is medium quadratics. 81 is easy quadratics. 84 is medium polynomial. 86 is medium exponential. 87 is easy quadratics. 88 is easy quadratics. 89 is medium exponential. 90 is medium quadratics. 92 is medium exponential. 95 is medium exponential. Just give me a second. This is just going to be a one time thing, and then I will have all the questions. And then we won't have to do it again and again. '96 is medium quadratics. 98 is medium exponential. 99 is medium exponential. 100. Okay, 32 questions are remaining. This one is hard polynomial. 101 is medium exponential. 103. Okay, 20 more questions. Medium polynomial. 104 medium exponential. 105 is hard quadratics. 607. Radical. 108 is hard exponential. 109 is hard quadratics. 110 is easy polynomial. 112 is easy polynomial. 112, now 20 remaining. 113 is medium polynomial. 114 is hard exponential. 115 is again hard exponential. 117 is medium quadratics. 118 is hard quadratics. 119 is easy quadratics. 121 is easy quadratics. 122 is medium exponential. 124 is hard quadratics. 125 is medium quadratics. There's 7 more. 126 is hard exponential. 128 is medium rational. 131 is easy quadratics. And now last one is medium exponential. I'm really sorry. Now I have all the classification, so now I just have to jump to the questions and start. So I'm really sorry, I will be starting again. Yeah. So we are over here, this is the last question. So but now we are going to do easy quadratic questions first. So let me just put a filter. This is an Excel sheet that I'm making. And in this filter, we just want the quadratics to be there. Okay, and over here we just want the easy ones. Can I create a filter over here? Okay, fine. I can't create a filter over here, but yeah, that's okay. Just give me 2 minutes more and then I will be ready. I can't create a footer over here. So right now we just want the easy questions in quadratics. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There are 10 questions. Yeah. And now I'm going to start. So again I'll explain question number 4 because people will be watching after the live, and I don't want all these distractions beforehand. No distractions. Question number 4. Yeah. So I'll explain this again. This is an easy question. You can look at the graph. This is a parabola going up downwards, and this is a height problem, because when you throw something up, it goes up to a maximum height and then it falls down again. Okay. So this is the starting position from where the object is being thrown. This is a maximum height, and after this it starts dropping down again, and at this time it has fallen to the ground. Now there is this point, and this point is, the graph shows height above ground in meters of ball x seconds. So your y axis represents meters and your x axis represents seconds. After the ball was launched upward from a platform, which statement is the best interpretation of the mark point? 1.0, 4.8. So 1.0 is your seconds, because this is the time, and 4.8 is your meters. And now we look at the options we want, and this particular point represents that after 1 second height was 4.8 meters. So if I look at all 4 options, 1 second after being launched, ball's height above ground is 4.8 meters. That is what I just said. So this should be our answer. Now if you look at option B, 4.8 seconds. So 4.8 cannot be seconds, so this option is already crossed out. The ball was launched from an initial height of 1 meter. 1 is not meter, so that option is also cancelled. The ball was launched from an initial height of 4.8 meters with an initial velocity of 1 meter per second. 1 is not your velocity, it is time, because x-axis represents the time. So this option is also tossed out. So all 3 options are cancelled. There is only one option remaining, that is option A. So that's for question number 4. I am explaining it again, but because there was a lot of break inside, that is why I am doing it again. Now next is question number 10. That is a easy question. So over here, again this is a parabola up. So this is a parabola graph, and over here scientists recorded data about ocean water. The graph shows the model. Y equals 0 represents sea level. You just have to see which table is going to give us the correct options. So I've already made the table. At 0 it is 0, at 3 it is -12, and at 6 it is 0. So at 0 it is 0, option A is gone. At 0 it is 0, but at 3 it is -12, so option B is gone. In option C, at 0 it is 0, at 3 it is -12, at 6 it is 0, so this option is selected. In option D, at 0 it is 0, at 12 there is no 12 and -6 in the graph. You can go and check, because it is only given for 6 hours. So at 12 nothing is there, it's just 0, and there are no negative values, so option is tossed out. Okay, so the correct option is option C. Now the next question that we should be discussing is question number 20. We also did that one. That's also easy quadratic questions, and over here you just have to find the x-intercept. X-intercept is x comma 0. What is the value of x? X-intercept is where the graph touches the x-axis or it crosses the x-axis. So over here this point is 7 comma 0. So the value of x is going to be 7, because this is between 6 and 8. So this point over here is 7. After 20, next question is 35. This is question number 35. Here also parabola graph is given to you, and this also we have solved before. They want what is the x-intercept of the graph shown. X-intercept is where it is touching the x-axis. This is the point where it is touching the x-axis. It is 4. There is no y, so it is 4 comma 0. So we just have to look for the point 4 comma 0, and here options are given. So my answer is 4 comma 0. That is option D. Alright. Now the next one is question number 81. So after 35 there is directly 81. And thankfully I did this exercise, otherwise I would be going through every question until I reached question number 81. That would have been futile. So 81 is your easy quadratic question. So far you have seen that they're talking about what is the interpretation, what is the meaning of a point, table, like equation is given, what would be the table, and they're finding the x-intercept. Over here the quadratic function, this is a parabola down, you're going up and then you're coming down. So the quadratic function graphed above models a particular measure of plant diversity as a function of elevation. According to a model, which of the following is the closest to elevation at which plant diversity is greatest? So they're talking about the greatest point. So in quadratic, greatest means vertex, and from here you can see this is the greatest point. And what they want to know elevation in meters. So we see elevation is on the x-axis, measure of plant diversity is on y-axis. So they are worried about the x-intercept. Now over here you see, you come down here, it's between 1000 and 1500. So now I check my options, it should be between 1000 and 1500 meters. 1000 and 1500, so 13,000 is way too high. 3000 is here, so that's also gone. 250 is over here, that's also gone. So the answer is 1250, because 1250 is between 1000 and 1500. Got it? So in quadratics, they will be talking about a certain point, x-intercepts, y-intercept, or highest, greatest, or minimum, depending on the shape of the parabola. Now after 81, the next question is 87. Yeah. So this is also a quadratic question, because the power of x is 2. Function is defined by g of x is equal to x squared plus 9. What value of x is g of x equals 25? So over here g of x equals 25. So what you do, you just write 25 over here. 25 equals x squared plus 9. You can also solve manually. 25 minus 9 is going to be x squared, that is 16. 16 equals x squared, so x is going to be 4. If not, you can directly go to Desmos and put this in. So you just write 25 equals x squared plus 9. You will get two different values, negative 4 and 4. Negative 4 was not given in the option, so the answer is 4. Over here it will be plus minus 4. Negative 4 is not given, so the answer is 4. So you can directly go to Desmos after replacing g of x equals 25 after this. My pen is also behaving funny today. Anyway, so this is question number 87. Okay. Next one is question number 88. That is also easy question from quadratics. X squared plus 4, the function is defined, which is the equation. So you can see, so if you do not know how to do this question, you can directly go to Desmos and type f of x equals x squared plus 4. But let me tell you, so 4 is your y-intercept. When x is equal to 0, y has to be 4. So based on that, option A is cancelled, because over here y-intercept is negative 4. Option B is cancelled because we do not know where is y-intercept. It's certainly not 4. Then you go to option C. Here also the y-intercept is way above. In option D you see the y-intercept is 4. So this is my answer. Alright, that's how you can do by just looking at the options. Otherwise, if you do not know that 4 represents the y-intercept, you just go to Desmos, type x squared plus 4. You will see the point 0, 4 should be there, and that is only on one of the options, that is option D. So the answer to this question is option D. Next one is question number 119. It will be on page number 120. Over here f of x is equal to 5x square. What is the value of f of 8? So over here, because x is over here and that is replaced with 8, so wherever you see x, you replace it with 8. So 5 times 8 squared, 8 squared is 64. 64 times 5 is 320, so that should be my answer, D. Otherwise, you can directly go to Desmos. You can write an exact same thing, f of x equals 5x squared, and then on the next line you can write f of 8. You will get the answer 320. Okay, so you can directly get f of 8 is 320. Now the next question is 121, that will be on page number 122. Yeah, so this one is also your equation is h of x equals x squared minus 3, which table gives 3 values of x and their corresponding values of h of x for the given function. So over here, one thing you can do by mentally is by plugging in 1, 2, 3, because these are the x values. X is equal to 1, 1 squared is 1, 1 minus 3 is negative 2. So this option is gone, this option is gone, because at 1 we should get negative 2. At 2 you have 1, at 2 you have 1, so there is no point of checking at 2. Directly put x is equal to 3 and check your answer. So when you put x is equal to 3, 3 squared is 9, 9 minus 3 is 6, so at 3 you should get 6. So your answer is option B. Okay. Otherwise, how can you do it on Desmos? You just go here, you make a table. Yes, you heard it right. And instead of y1, your y value is how much? It is x squared minus 3. So here you just type x1 squared minus 3. Okay, the entire function you type as it is, x1 squared minus 3, and now you just type the x values. 1, you will directly get the y values. 2, 3, negative 2, 1, 6. So you have directly got the answer. So this is a very good hack in Desmos, where if h of x, f of x equation is given to you, you can directly get the table. Alright. Yeah, so you're getting negative 2, 1, 6. So that's my answer. And if I go here, negative 1, 2, negative 2, 1, 6 is over here. So option B is again my answer. Now the next easy question is the last one, that is 131. So it is on page number 132. So this is also easy quadratic equation. How do I know? Because there are two x's. There is one x over here, there is another x over here. So f of the function f is defined above. What is the value of f of 20? So like I told you, you go to Desmos, you directly type f of x equals x minus whatever the equation is, 0.25x plus 0.25x times x minus 50, 50 minus x. Yeah. So you type the equation and then they are asking what is the value of f of 20, you just write f of 20. You will get 750. So your answer is going to be 750. So that's method 1. Otherwise what you can do, you can also put x is equal to 20. Your f of 20 would be 20 plus 0.25 times 20, 50 minus 20, and you can also put that in Desmos. You can do 20 plus 0.25 times 20, and over here 50 minus 20. So again you will get 750. You can try any of the methods, whichever you like. Okay. Remember, how do I make it smaller? Yeah, so with this, the easy quadratic equations are done. All of them are done. Okay. Yeah. So how many questions were there? There were total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There were 10 problems which were easy quadratic questions, and now I will be directly moving to medium quadratic questions. No need to take a break right now. We can take break after each module is over. Yes, so over here you have got the value. Now next what we will be doing is medium quadratics. So in easy quadratics you saw there's nothing. The function is given, so y value is given, you have to find the x value, or x value is given, you have to find the y value, or you have to find the x-intercepts, meaning of a point, and the graph is given, you have to find the equation. Equation is given, you have to find the table, like graph is given, you have to find the table, all those sort of things. So now moving on to the medium questions. So the first medium question is question number 1 only. Yeah, this one is medium and this is quadratics, and this is your area problem, area of rectangle. That is also your quadratic word problem. So over here a rectangle has a length that is 15 times its width. The function y equals 15w times w represents a situation where y is the area of the rectangle and y is greater than 0. Which of the following is the best interpretation of 15w in this context? So from here length is 15 times its width, so length is equal to 15 times width. And now if we take width as w, my L is going to be 15w and my area is going to be L times width, that is 15w times w. So 15w represents the length. So length of the rectangle, that is the correct answer. Alright, because length is 15 times width, so 15 times w is your length. Because area is your 15w times w. Difference between length and width, 15w minus w, that is 14w, so no, it is also not the answer. Width is just w. So all three options are cancelled. The only answer is length of the rectangle. Now the next question is question number 12. Yeah. Again, this is your area problem, area word problem, a rectangular area of a rectangle. So there are lots of questions that are being asked in this particular topic in your digital SAT in quadratics. So a rectangular volleyball court has an area of 162 square meters. So area is given to you as 162 square meters. Length of the court is twice the width. What is the width? So let's say width is x. My length is going to be twice the width, so it is going to be 2x. Why is it not working fine? Yeah, so width is your x, length is going to be 2x, and area is length times width. So this is 2x times x. It is not writing properly. Let me just give me a second. Okay, now it's working fine. Oh, I fixed the issue. Yeah. So my touchpad is not working correctly. It's a glitch. No, it's not because of touchpad. It's still there. So my width is x. Length is twice the width, so length is 2x. and my area is length times width, LW. L is 2x, width is x, so 2x times x, and area is given as 162. So after I have set up my equation, I can get my answer. 162 equals 2x squared, or 2x times x. Divide by 2, you will get 81 equals x squared. The value of x is going to be 9. And they're talking about width is x, my answer is 9. That's how I solve it by hand. Otherwise, once you get the equation, 162 equals 2x times x, you can directly go to decimals and then just type 162 equals 2x, shift 8 is for multiplication, times x. You will get the answers 9 and negative 9. Negative 9 is not the option. So 9 is the value of x that we are trying to find out, and then you can just say the answer is 9. Alright. Now after question number 12 is question number 26. That's the third question in medium quadratics. Again, in medium quadratics, this is the third question, and still it is the area of the rectangle. So here also the rectangle is the length of x units, width of x minus 15 units, area is 76. What is the value of x? So again, area is length times width, or area is equal to LW, L is your x, times x minus 15. So whenever you are multiplying and there is subtraction, that means you have to put the parentheses. Otherwise, if you just write like this means you are multiplying these first and then subtracting 15. That is not true. You are first subtracting and then multiplying. So put the parentheses. This is wrong if you write like this. That's also one of the mistakes that can be done. This is wrong, this is right. And area is given as 76 square units, so you make it equal to 76. And now you have nothing to do. You have to find the value of x. So you just go to decimals and you type the exact same thing. 76 equals x times, always put parentheses, x minus 15. You have got your answers. 19, negative 4. Negative 4 is discarded. The value of x is 19. It is discarded because length and width cannot be negative. So my answer is 19. Alright. So this is 19. 19 minus 15, this will be 4. 19 times 4 is 76. Next one is question number 32. That is going to be the fourth question. Yes. Now, like I told you in quadratic function, whenever they're talking about minimum, maximum, greatest, lowest, that means they are talking about the vertex. So minimum value over here, and they're talking about the y value of the vertex. Alright, so we're talking about y value of vertex. You have to do nothing. You have the equation x squared plus 55. You just go here to decimals and you type x squared plus 55. Zoom out. You can see this is your minimum value because everything is above this. So 55 is the minimum value. Okay. Yeah, 55 is the minimum value, so my answer is 55. Got it? And also, you don't even need to go to decimals because this is x squared plus 55, so this is your vertex form. You have x minus 0 whole squared plus 55. Because nothing is given, that means it's x minus 0, so your vertex is 0, 55. And this is your minimum value. Okay, so that is how you can get the answer directly, that it is 55, because it is already given in vertex form. X minus 0 whole square plus 55, so 0, 55 is your vertex, 55 is the answer. Alright, next question is question number 36, which should be on page number 37. And this one is the fifth problem in medium quadratics. There are a lot of problems in medium quadratics. So f of x is x plus 6 times x minus 4. In the, let me just get the question. Y is equal to f of x. What is the x coordinate of an x-intercept? X-intercept is when y becomes 0. If this becomes 0, so this is already given in factored form, so the value of x can be either negative 6 or the value of x can be 4, because your x-intercepts are going to be negative 6 comma 0 or 4 comma 0. So your answer, you can put negative 6 or you can put 4 as well. Both of them are going to be the answers. Okay. If you do not know that this is factored form and you have to find the x coordinates of the x-intercept, you can also go to Desmos and you just write the equation x plus 6 times x minus 4, and you look at the x coordinates, it's negative 6 or 4. So you have got your answer negative 6 or 4 from here as well. Now the next question is 44, I'm not sure, but let me see which one is this. No, this one is polynomial. The next question is actually 45. Yeah, so this is another question. Product of two integers is 546 and they will give the relationship between the two numbers. So that is why it will become a quadratic equation. So product means multiplication of two positive integers is 546. So let's say they are x and y. So xy equals 546. If the first integer is 11 greater than twice the second integer. So first integer, let's say, is y, is means equal to 11 greater means 11 plus twice means you have to multiply with 2, second integer is your x. So this becomes y is equal to 11 plus 2x. Okay. So what is the smaller of the two integers? X is going to be the smaller because y is 11 greater than twice the second integer, so it's quite big. And why do we know? Because they are positive integers. Okay. So now y is 11 plus 2x. You just write over here in place of y. Put the parentheses. Whenever there is addition and you're multiplying, addition or subtraction, put the parentheses. If you write x times 11 plus 2x, that is wrong, and this will just be a linear equation. That is not what we want over here. Here you're just multiplying 11 first, then adding 2x. That's not what we are doing. So you've got your equation x times 11 plus 2x equals 546. Now we just go to Desmos. X times 11 plus 2x and product is equal to 546, I think 546. 14, negative 19.5. Now both the integers are positive. So the value of x is going to be 14. I am going to discard this value. So my answer is 14. So x is equal to 14 you get. And that's your answer because it is a smaller one. They're talking about, they could have asked about the larger one also. That will become a different kind of problem. So once you get x, you have to find 11 plus 2x. But over here, they're only worried about x. So the answer is 14. Okay. So after 45, next one is 48. And this is 7th question in medium quadratics. So here you have 0.25 x squared minus 7.5 x plus 90.25. This is your quadratic equation in standard form. Equation gives the estimated stock price for a certain company. Y is your stock price, company is X, after a new product launched where X is between 0 to 20. So they're talking about when the product was launched and after 20 days what happened. So which statement is the best interpretation of x comma y equals 1 comma 83? So now x days, x is talking about days, so 1 is your days, y is dollars, so 83 is your dollars. That is what you have to check. You have $83, we can keep this option. This is $1, it is already gone. This is $1, this is already gone. Now we will, what is the meaning of this? After 1 day, the stock price is going to be $83. The company's estimated stock price increased $83 every day after the new product launched. No. This is not a linear function, there is not going to be a constant rate of change. Okay? So that one is wrong. 1 day after the new product launched, company's estimated stock price is $83. This is correct because after 1 day, stock price is $83. So a correct answer is option C. Next is question number 53. So that's on page number 54. Again, area of rectangle. This is like the 4th question in this here. So f of w equals 6w square gives the area of rectangle. W is, width is w feet. Length is 6 times its width. So length is 6w. Which of the following is the best interpretation of f of 14 is equal to 1176? F of w is the area of rectangle. So entire f of w is area and w is width. So when I write f of 14 is equal to 1176, that means this is your w, that is width, and this is your area. Okay? This is not multiplication, f of w, that means area is a function of width. So width is 14 and the entire area is 1176. So now we check the option. Width of the rectangle is 14 feet, width of the rectangle is 15 feet, width is 1176, width is 1176, these options are gone. Area is 1176, length is not 1176, right? Length is just 6 times 14. So this is also gone. This is the correct option. Okay? Because 116 has to be the area and 14 has to be the width. That's it. Next is the next question only, question number 54. Okay. Over here, table is given to you and they want to know which equation defines f. So what we do, we directly go to Desmos. Desmos is great when it's table and you have to find the equation. You write the entire table, negative 1, 10, 0, 14, 1, 20. And you can see all the options are in standard form, ax square plus bx plus c. So that's what I'm going to do. y1 tilde sign, this is before 1, shift that particular thing, and then you just write ax1 square plus bx1 plus c. It will give you the values of a, b and c. 1x square plus 5x plus 14. 1x square plus 5x plus 14, option D. Also, one more thing I want to say, this is a medium problem, so it was not there. At 0 you have 14, so this is value of c, that is your constant. But constant everywhere is 14, so I cannot eliminate any other option. But if in all the other 3 options the y-intercept the constant was something else other than your 14, then directly D could have been the option. So in ax square plus bx plus c, because when x is equal to 0, y becomes c. So 0 comma c is your y-intercept. So your standard form represents the y-intercept. Okay? Yes, so that's everything. Standard form represents the y-intercept. And then which one is the y-intercept? Your c value. Okay? Yeah, so I'm just going to put myself in between here because there's no information. The vertex form gives you the vertex, that is the minimum or the maximum value, and the factored form x minus a times x minus b gives you the x-intercepts. Okay, if I encounter another question, I will write that as well. Initially I did not. Yeah. So after 54, next question is 57. Okay, yeah. This question is nothing, they're just trying to confuse you. So you just have to remember that this is a physics question. Kinetic energy is half mv square, and they are also giving you the formula. Object's kinetic energy is equal to the product means you're multiplying 1/2 the object's mass and the square of the object's speed. So kinetic energy is equal to product of 1/2 of object's mass, so m over 2 times, and the square of object speed. So speed is v square. And I'm taking mass, v I'm taking speed. Now what is the speed? So they do not know what is v, with a mass of 4 kilograms. So in place of m I write 4. Kinetic energy of 18 joules. So in place of kinetic energy I write 18. So 18 equals 2v squared. Divide by 2. 9 equals v squared. V is going to be 3. 3 meter per second is the answer. If you do not want to solve like that, you can just go over here and set up the equation. 18 equals 4 over 2 times shift 8 v squared. Now if you will see, you won't be able to see anything and you will see caution, and they will tell you they only support equations with x and y. So instead of v you write x, you will get the value of x 3. Negative 3 we discard, we only keep 3. So you can also directly put the equation in Desmos and get it done. So answer is 3 meter per second. Next is 63. So most of the students only get confused what is the question saying. It's talking about the product, and he is here 1/2 the object's mass. So if you take half of the object's mass, so object's mass you can take any variable, and square of object speed. So speed is another variable and you are squaring it. Yeah, now moving to the next one, 63. The height in feet of an object x seconds after it is thrown. Like I told you, there is area of the rectangle problem, then there is this height problem. Okay, when you throw, it comes down. So height is in feet. X seconds after it is thrown straight up in the air can be modeled. So y is your feet, x is your seconds. Which of the following statement best interprets the equation? So from here, x is 1.4 second because this is my x. and this is my y. So my y is 1.64 feet. One 1.4 seconds, 1.64 feet. 1.64 seconds, option is gone. 1.64 seconds, option is gone. 1.4 seconds, 1.64 feet per second. It just has to be feet. There is no feet per second. Option is your answer, and that is the interpretation. After 1.4 seconds, the height is 1.64 feet. So height of object 1.4 seconds after being thrown straight up in the air is 1.64 feet. That's it. Now the next question is 67. That is page number 68. F of theta is negative 0.28 theta minus 27 whole squared plus 880. This is your vertex form. So a times x minus h whole squared plus k is your vertex form, and over here h comma k is your vertex. So if you have a plus sign, negative will come outside. If there is a negative sign, only the number will come out. So you can see this is your a, this is your h, and this is your k. So from here I can directly say, from this equation I can directly say that my vertex is 27,880, and vertex represents minimum or maximum. Minimum if it is parabola up, and maximum if it is parabola down. Parabola down is a is less than 0, minimum is a is greater than 0. So over here the value of a is negative 0.28, so this represents the maximum in this case, because we have a is less than 0, it's negative 0.28. Okay. So now, an engineer wanted to identify the best angle for cooling fan in an engine in order to get the greatest airflow. They want to get the greatest airflow. Discovered function models airflow. So this is your airflow. In cubic feet per minute. This is your cubic feet per minute. As a function of angle of the fan theta. This is your angle. In degrees. According to the model, what angle, they are talking about what angle gives the greatest airflow. Greatest means they are talking about the vertex. So angle is 27 degrees, we already know the answer is 27 degrees. They just want to know what is the, okay, I will shift myself. Yeah, so this question they just want to know what is the greatest, that is they want to know the vertex, and the equation is directly given in the vertex form. Alright. So the answer is directly 27,880, and they want to know what angle. That means answer is 27 because they are talking about the angle. If you do not know this, we have Desmos. So how you go to Desmos? You type the exact same thing. Over here you will have to type f of theta as well, or otherwise you will have to change theta into x. So I would suggest change theta into x. Negative 0.28 times x minus 27 whole squared plus 880, and you zoom out. This is the highest point, 27,880. They're talking about angle, so angle is your x value, so 27 degrees is going to be the answer. So that's also how you can get it, but they've directly given the vertex. Okay, so to save time, you can directly say the answer is, the vertex is 27,880, and they're talking about greatest airflow. They want to know what angle, so answer is 27. So vertex always gives you the constant coefficient, whatever we call it. It gives you the vertex, the maximum, the minimum. Maximum when a value is greater than 0, minimum when a value is less than 0. Can you make a video on circle theorem? Yes, of course, I can make a video on SAD circle theorems as well. Yeah. So after 67, next question is question number 80. I hope this was clear. So I'm also telling you there are 3 different forms: standard form, vertex form, and factored form. Vertex form always gives you the maximum or the minimum, because there are those kind of questions in Khan Academy. Question number 80. Yes. So x squared minus 18x minus 360. So from here, this is your standard form, and this entire number, you also have to take the sign. Your y-intercept is 0, negative 360. But they're not interested in that, they want to know the x-intercept of the graph. So for this, you cannot directly know the x-intercept, so I just go to Desmos, type the equation. You've got 30, 0 and you've got negative 12, 0. 30, 0, no. Negative 12, 0 you have, so that's your answer. Negative 12, 0, 30, 0. That is it. Question number 90 is the next one. Again, the height problem is given to you: negative 16t squared plus 110t plus 72. T is your seconds, h is your feet. See, the question has come. What does the number 72 represent in the function? This is your standard form. STD means standard, not anything else. And your y-intercept is 0, 72. So 72 represents y-intercept. And what is the meaning of y-intercept? Y-intercept in any kind of function gives you the beginning or the initial. When time is 0, that means we're talking about the initial one. And y-intercept, and in y we're talking about height. So this is your initial height, or height at the beginning. Option A is the correct answer. This is not the maximum because this is not the vertex. Vertex is your maximum. Initial speed, they're not talking about speed, they're just talking about height and time. So speed is already gone. They're not talking about speed, so you can get rid of the speed options. You just have initial height and maximum height. Maximum height is actually your vertex. And this is your standard form, so there is no vertex given to you. So this is what I was talking about. That is why it is important to know what do they represent. Each form, what does it directly give you. Now the next question is 96. Again, the area problem. Their favorite problem is the area problem. Area in square centimeter of a rectangular painting can be represented by the expression W times W plus 29. W is the width, which expression represents the length. So area can be represented by W times W plus 9. That means area A is equal to W times W plus 29. And we know area is length times width. W is the width. So if W is the width, that means my length has to be W plus 29. Which expression represents the length? W plus 29. That's my answer. Now what does W represent? It represents the width. 29 represents the difference of length and width. And W times W plus 29 represents the area. Always when you're multiplying and there's plus or minus or anything, always put the parentheses. Otherwise you will be violating the PEMDAS rule. Alright, so your W plus 29 is your length, because area of rectangle is length times width. Width is W, so the other thing has to be your length. It's that easy. Next thing is 117. Sorry, my camera just fell off. You can see now. So again, this is a height question. Object is kicked from a platform. H equals negative 49 t squared plus 7t plus 9. H is the height. T seconds, height is in meters. Which number represents the height in meters from which the object was kicked? So they're talking about initial height, because the height from which the object was kicked, that means they're talking about initial height. And which number represents that? 9. Because 0, 9 is your y-intercept. You directly know it. And this represents your initial height. And they want to know which number represents the height from which the object was kicked. So height, you're kicking, that means you're talking about the initial height. Alright? There's one last question. 125, again the area problem. So area problem, height problem are their favorite one, and then comes the greatest value, the maximum value, the minimum value, or the x-intercepts. That's all they're going to talk about. X-intercepts, y-intercepts, maximum, minimum, area problem, height problem. In easy and medium questions. Difficult questions are, there's just one more concept that comes in. So again the area is given. W times W plus 9, W is width, which represents the length. So it's the same concept repeating. So if this is width, this is your length, so W plus 9 is the answer. Again, this is the area. This is width. This is difference between length and width, and this is your length. So with this, I think you might be hearing the background noise. I'll just go and close it up. But with this, the medium quadratic questions are also done. Now we just have hard quadratic questions. So I'll be coming right back. How much time did it take? Oh, it's already been approximately 2 hours. Okay. Yeah. It's actually 3 in the morning over here. Oh my god. There are like lots of hard quadratic questions, like lots of them are there. So today we'll just be doing quadratic functions. Alright. Because I think in that only I'll be spending 2 or 3 hours. Let me check my messages. All done, now ready to go. Can you just go here? Yeah, thank you so much. So today we'll just be doing quadratics. Everything else I will cover tomorrow. This is like there are lots of questions. Alright. So yeah. First hard quadratic question is 2. I'm glad that we did this in the beginning, so that I just have to see which question number and I can directly go there. Oh yeah. Now this is your vertex form. A times x minus h whole squared plus k. So the value of a is 2, h is your 4, k is negative 32. So your vertex is 4 comma negative 32, and this is a minimum. BC means because. A is positive. That is what we know from here. Now let's see what they are asking. This is given the graph intersects the x-axis at points 0, 0 and t, 0. What is the value of t? Now there is one important concept. In quadratic functions you have the axis of symmetry. So axis of symmetry means you have here the same value. That means these two lengths are going to be the same. So the x value of the vertex is always the midpoint of any two values where you have the same y value. So here also you have the same y value 0 and 0. X values are 0 and t. So 4 is midpoint of 0 and t. In most of the hard questions they will be going through that point with this particular concept. So 4 is the midpoint of 0 and t, that means 0 plus t over 2 is going to be equal to 4. Multiply with t, multiply with 2, t is going to be 8. I'm seeing anything. Now multiply with 2, multiply with 2. This is not working fine. I don't know what is the problem. Okay, just give me a second. I'm going to try something over here as well. I've legit closed everything. Yeah, but anyway, coming back to the concept. So if you know this concept, you can directly know the value of t is 8. And you would be like, for this, but you can directly put in Desmos. Yes, for this particular question you can directly put in Desmos, but this concept they will be talking again. So if you have A comma N, and if you have B comma M, M is the same Y value, they are the same Y value, then your H, the axis of symmetry or the X value of the vertex is going to be A plus B over 2. And this can also be written as if f of A is equal to f of B, then your H is going to be A plus B over 2. And from here we know our H is 4. So 4 is going to be the midpoint, that means H is going to be the midpoint of A and B. Very important concept. Most of the questions are from there. So you have the Y value is same, so 0 and T, they are at the two ends, and 4 is going to be exactly in the middle. So 0 to 4, the distance is 4, so from 4 to T distance should be 4 only, so 4 plus 4 is 8. So the value of T is 8. Or you can directly use the midpoint formula, like A plus B over 2 equals H, so 0 plus T over 2 equals 4. So times 2 times 2, 0 plus T is T, T equals 8. But for this particular question, of course, you can go to Desmos as well. And you can just type the entire equation, 2 times x minus 4 whole squared minus 32. You have 0 and you have 8. So the value of T is going to be 8. So this one is easier one, okay? You can directly put in Desmos, but you won't be able to do it always. That's why I'm explaining this entire concept over here. I hope this is done, like you understood this. But if not, stay tuned because there are lots of questions based on this concept. Next one is question number 13. So I will be going to page number 14 because that is question number 13. Yes. So a machine launches a soft ball from ground level. Okay. Soft ball reaches a maximum height. They're talking about the maximum height of 51.84 meters above the ground at 1.8 seconds and hits the ground at 3.6 seconds. Which equation? So you just have to find the equation and 2 points are given to you. Vertex is given to you. So max is your vertex. And what is my vertex? Vertex is at 1.8 seconds. So the value of x is 1.8. Because you have to write the equation represents height t seconds after it is launched. So h is equal to t. So basically time is your x and height is your y. So for you will write 1.8 first and then you will write 51.84. Because vertex is given to you, you can get your answer in vertex form. I have no idea why this is doing so, but yeah. Vertex form is a times x minus h whole squared plus k. The value of h is 1.8, so this will be a times x minus 8 x minus 1.8 whole squared plus 51.84 because this is above the ground, so this is a positive value. So now you have everything, you just need to find the value of a. For this they will give you some other point. Apart from vertex they will give you one more point. And they have said hits the ground at 3.2 seconds. So hits the ground means the height is 0. Because when you hit the ground there is no height. So this point is going to be 3.6, 0, and that is enough to get the value of a. Alright, and from here you can directly cross out this option because we are adding 51.84. and you can cross out this option as well. And this is t minus, so yeah, this is h equals a times t minus 1.8 squared plus 51.84. Don't get the don't confuse. Let me use some other variable for this. Let me use h of vertex. Yeah. So t squared is also not the correct option. So it's going to be option D. But let's also find the value of a. So this other point is given to you. Okay, that is enough to get the value of a. Now what you do, you go here, you put the table. No need to put the vertex form, you just put at 3.6 it is 0. And now you just put y1 a times x minus 1.8 whole square plus 51.84. And instead of x, you write x1. You will get the value of a is negative 16. So your coefficient should be negative 16. It's not there, so this is the option. So I will just write, they have negative 16 t minus 1.8 square plus 51.84. So you use the other point to find the value of a, because h and k is already given to you because they are the vertex. X value of the vertex, y value of the vertex. I just want to tell you one more thing. Let's see if this works. So at 1.8 you have 51.84. And if you write the vertex form, you will not get the correct answers. Okay, everything will be different. That is why it is important to write the vertex over here. And this point, because you just have one variable to find out, only one point is enough. Remember, they will give you the vertex and they will give you one more point. So from vertex you can write the vertex form. The only thing remaining will be the value of a, and to find that value of a, they will give you one other point. Alright, and that is how you can find the value of a. And this is the easiest method. Just put a table and then just write the nonlinear, just write the equation in vertex form. Otherwise, what you can do, because they've already given you the vertex in one point, so if you do not want to make a table and write this, you have y equals a times x minus 1.8 whole squared plus 51.84. The other point is 3, the value of y is 0, so you write 0 over here. The value of x is 3.6, so you write 3.6 over here. And now we have to find a, and it does not understand a, so instead of a you write x. You will get the value as negative 16. That also you can do. Alright, you plug in your x and y and just form an equation, you will get the value of a. And instead of a you are writing x, because you have to change all the variables in Desmos, whatever they are, to x and y. So the value of x is negative 16, that means the value of a is negative 16. So I think all the methods are clear to you. Yeah. So this is quadratic modeling. So what they will do, they will give you vertex in one more point, or they will give you 3 different points. If they are giving you vertex in one more point, always use the vertex form, because otherwise it will be difficult. Because you have only 2 points. When you have just 2 points, you will not be able to find the 3 different variables. Okay. Now the next question is 16th. Revenue that company receives from sales of product. X is unit price of the product. F of x is revenue in dollars. X is unit price in dollars. and this is the equation. F of x equals negative 500x squared plus 25,000x. Graph intersects the x-axis at 0 and a. What does a represent? Intersects at x-axis at 0, that means the one point is 0 comma 0 and this point is a comma 0. So the x coordinate is unit price, so this is your unit price. And y coordinate or f of x is your revenue, so this is your revenue. So a represents the unit price when revenue is 0. So what does a represent? A represents the unit price. A represents the revenue, this is 1. Unit price, maximum revenue, that is 1. Because it only represents the unit price when revenue is 0. Unit price that will result in maximum revenue, no. Unit price that will result in a revenue of $0, that is correct. So you want unit price and you want that revenue is $0. Got it? Maximum will be when this is a vertex, and this they're talking about x-intercept, not the vertex. Alright? So after 16, next question is 19. Yeah, these kind of questions, they're a little tricky. I'm going to mark this question because this is a conceptual question. F of x equals ax square plus 4x plus c. In the given quadratic function, a and c are constants. The graph is a parabola that opens upward. It opens upward, that means the value of a is positive. Has a vertex at the point h comma k, where h and k are constants. K is less than 0. F of negative 9 is f of 3. Which of the following must be true? First is c is less than 0. Second is a is greater than 1. Now standard form is given to you. We told you that in standard form c is your y-intercept, but in standard form you can also find the value of h, the axis of symmetry, the x value of the vertex. So in standard form, ax square plus bx plus c, your axis of symmetry is x is equal to negative b over 2a, and this x is equal to h, the x value of the vertex. Alright? So from this point, from this thing, a is not known but b is 4. So from here my h is going to be negative 4 over 2a, that is my h is going to be negative 1 over a. Now f of negative 9 is given as f of 3. I told you this concept in the very first question. When this is given, that means your h is going to be a plus b over 2, that is negative 9 plus 3 over 2. So you are using two different concepts. You are using this equation to get axis of symmetry, and you are using this concept to get axis of symmetry. AOS means axis of symmetry. So from here the value of h is going to be negative 9 plus 3 is negative 6 over 2 is negative 3. Or you can go to Desmos as well. Just put parentheses because you are first adding and then dividing. Negative 3. So now your value of h is negative 3. So negative 3 equals negative 1 over a. And from here you get the value of a is Oh, and this is 2. My bad. That is what I was thinking. I've done something wrong. 4 divided by 2 is 2. And from here you will get, you can just switch them. So a is negative 2 over negative 3. So a is 2/3 and 2/3 is less than 1. It is not greater than or equal to 1. So option 1 is not correct. Option 2 is not true. So wherever you see option 2, that is gone. Otherwise you can just make that this is equal to h, and then you have h equals negative 4 divided by 2a or 2x. Cross multiply. So negative 6x equals negative 4. Now you will be able to see the value is 0.667. It is not greater than or equal to 1. Alright. So from excess of symmetry, because there were 2 ways to find excess of symmetry from where you were able to get the value of a. Now we have to get c. Now it is given that k is less than 0. And I know my x coordinate of vertex is negative 3. So now I will be putting it over there. And before going to that, there is one more way from which you can find the value of a. F of negative 9 is given equal to f of 3. You have the equation, just put in that. A times negative 9 squared plus 4 times negative 9 plus c is equal to a times 3 squared plus 4 times 3 plus c. And you can subtract c, so c will be gone. And now you have a times negative 9 whole squared plus 4 times negative 9 equals a times 3 squared plus 4 times 3. The only variable is a. Now you just write this entire thing into Desmos. Is equal to, instead of a I am writing x, you will get 0.667. So from here also you will get the value of a as 0.667. I think I have enough space, so I will write method 1 over here. From here you are getting a is 2/3. Alright, these are two different methods of finding the value of a. Either you can exploit this thing that f of negative 9 is f of 3, or you can get the value of h from here and the value of h from here. Excess of symmetry, excess of symmetry. But now to get c, there is only one option. K is less than 0 and h comma k, and you will have to find h eventually, so that is why I prefer method 1. So your h is negative 3. So that means k is going to be equal to a times h square plus 4 times h plus c. Alright. Put h comma k in the equation. Now value of a you have got 0.667 or 2/3. I am using 2/3. H is negative 3, 2/3 times negative 3 whole square plus 4 times negative 3 plus c. And we know that k is less than 0 and k is this entire thing. So this entire thing is going to be less than 0. So the only thing remaining is c. From here you again go to decimals times negative, put the parentheses, negative 3 square plus 4 times negative 3. Instead of c I write x and it has to be less than 0. We have got 6 and less than 6. So you have got x is less than 6. Basically you get c is less than 6. But what they are saying, c is less than 0. So this option is also gone. This is my only option. Yeah, I'm going to hide myself so that you can see the entire solution. So basically what I'm doing, I'm first finding the value of a, and once I have a, then I'm finding a situation for c based on the fact that k is less than 0. And how am I finding a? There are two methods. I am finding the excess of symmetry from the standard form, negative b over 2a, and from the fact that two y values are same, so from there it will be in the midpoint. Alright, and from there b is given, h you can find out, and you can find out your a. And once you have your a, you have your h, then you can make use of vertex. Because k is less than 0, you can see what k is equal to. Make it less than 0, you will see the situation for c. I know this is one of the hardest problem that you will ever see in quadratics, but this is it. Yeah. And I would suggest you to go over this several times. That's why I'm also stopping now. Now we'll move to the next one. Question number 22. (4x squared plus 64x plus 262). This is f of x. G of function is g is defined by g of x is equal to f of x plus 5. For what value of x does g of x reach its minimum? Minimum means we're talking about vertex. We're talking about g of x. This is a straightforward Desmos question. But let me show first how we can do it without decimals. So now for f of x, they want to know the value of x. That means they are interested in excess of symmetry. You can find the excess of symmetry. That is going to be x equals negative b over 2a. So negative 64 over 2 times 4. So you are getting negative 8. Now g of x is f of x plus 5. This means 5 to the left. So you are going 5 to the left, so negative 8 minus 5. So this value will be negative 13. So my answer is negative 13. Every x value is 5 to the left, so even your excess of symmetry is 5 to the left. So if you go 5 to the left from negative 8, you end up at negative 13. So otherwise, now we will just do Desmos. Put everything as it is. As it is, I mean write f of x as well. Equals 4x squared plus 64x plus 262. And you write g of x equals f of x plus 5. Now in your case the color of g of x can be different. Okay, I have got black color, so now you look at black color. This is the minimum point. What is the x value? X value is negative 13. Your answer is negative 13. Got it? So just put everything same. F of x equals this much. G of x is f of x plus 5. It will give you the graph of g of x. The next question is 28. Yeah. Now coming to the question. I'm also keeping the ID so that you don't have any trouble. So quadratic function models a projectile's height in meters above the ground in terms of time in seconds after it was launched. The model estimates the projectile was launched from an initial height of 7 meters above the ground and reached a maximum height of 51.1 meters above the ground 3 seconds after the launch. How many seconds after the launch does the model estimate projectile will return to a height of 7 meters? So initial height is 7 meters, that means you have 0,7. Next, the maximum is 51.1 meters in 3 seconds. So you have 3, 51.1. And now, how many seconds after? So you want to know the value of x, and you are returning to a height of 7. Again, there are two different concepts. First one, I am going to teach you. So here you see the y value is same. So I can say that f of 0 is equal to f of x, and this is your h value, because this is maximum. That means they're talking about the vertex. H is going to be 0 plus x over 2, h is 3. That is going to be x over 2, that means x is going to be 6. So my answer is going to be 6 seconds. Method 2 is Desmos and regression. So in method 2, like I told you, there is vertex given and there is one more point given. So to find it out, use vertex form. Vertex form is going to be a times x minus 3 whole squared plus 51.1. And there is 1.0, 7. So you go here, you make the table 0, 7, and here you write the vertex form. A times x minus 3 whole squared plus 51.1. x1 whole squared, yeah. Value of A is negative 4.9. And now you know the height is 7 meters because you are returning to height 7. So you write 7 equals A x minus 3 whole squared plus 51.1. This is the black one. You're getting your answer as 6. The value of x is 6. Alright. So the answer is 6 again. Oh, you can't see this. I will just... Oh, I've just written x equals 6 over there. Yeah, but I hope you understood this question, so you can also solve it because the height are same. If heights were different, then Desmos will be the best way to do. Write the vertex form. There is one more point given. You have to find the value of a. Once you have the value of a, we can just plug in the points. So 7 equals a times x minus 3 whole square plus 51.1. Alright. And over here, the method one is simpler one because you have the same y values. Otherwise, you'll have to do the modeling. So let me also show the Desmos thing. So first, we are writing the other point 0, 7. We are writing the equation a times x1 minus 3 whole square plus 51.1. We are getting the value of a, and then the value of y is given as 7. We have to find the x value. So there are going to be 2 points. At 0 also it's 7, at 6 also it's 7. So 0 we already know, so we are going to choose is 6. Okay? Yeah. Next one is 33. No, before 33 you have 29 as well. This was 28. The given equation relates variable x and y. For what value of x does y value of y reach its minimum? That means minimum is vertex. They're talking about for what value of x they want h. That is axis of symmetry. So you can directly get the answer. Here, let me just have more space. Axis of symmetry, because this is standard form, it is going to be negative b over 2a. A is 1, b is negative 14, c is 22. So negative of negative 14 over 2 times 1, 14 over 2, 7. For what value of x does y reach its minimum? 7 is my answer. This is method 1. Axis of symmetry is negative b over 2a in your standard form. Otherwise, method 2 is Desmos. Just go to Desmos, write x squared minus 14x plus 22. This is the minimum. The x value is 7, 7 comma negative 27, but they are looking for the x value, so the answer is 7. So this was an easy question compared to other ones. Now comes the 33rd question. Again, for what value of x does f of x reach its minimum? Desmos is always there. But you see, you have x minus 14 times x plus 19. This is known as factored form. So if you have a times x minus p times x minus q, p comma 0 and q comma 0 are your x-intercepts. And your h value is p plus q over 2, and your axis of symmetry is x is equal to p plus q over 2. That is everything about the factored form. So from here my zeros are going to be 14 comma 0 and negative 19 comma 0, because this is the factored form. So for what value of x does f of x reach its minimum? So we are trying to find h. That is going to be 14 plus negative 19 over 2. That's negative 5 over 2. This is my answer. Okay. Or method 2 is you can just type in Desmos and you can see the minimum. X minus 14, x plus 19. So yeah, negative 2.5. So the value of x is negative 2.5. And now because the options were in fraction, so you write negative 2.5 convert into a fraction. Answer is negative 5 halves. Alright. Next one is 52. Over here vertex, this is the vertex form. Your vertex is 7, 3. X gives metal's height above the ground. So this is your height. This is your seconds, time. This is in inches, this is in seconds. And now you look at the value of A to identify whether vertex is minimum or maximum. A is 1/9, that is positive. So that means vertex is going to be a minimum. So the minimum height is 3 inches and it is occurring at 7 seconds. Now what they are asking which of the following is the best interpretation of vertex. So like I told you, minimum height 3 inches after 7 seconds. Minimum height was 3 inches above the ground. Yes, minimum height is 3 inches. That's your answer. You see the other option, 7 is your second. So 7 inches is gone. 7 inches is gone. And they're talking about vertex. So vertex represents minimum. 3 inches when it started moving, they're talking about y-intercept. That's also gone. So the answer is metal's wall's minimum height was 3 inches above the ground. Okay? That's it. Here they are not questions, but they could have given maximum also. That would also have been wrong. And if you're like, how do I do it if I don't know anything? Go to Desmos 1/9. X minus 7 whole squared plus 3. 7, 3, you can see the minimum height is 3 inches. Alright? Now this was 52. Next question is 58. So in this question, yeah, this is also a very tricky question. So parabola is vertex 9, negative 14 and it intersects the x-axis at 2 points. So let me have this 9, negative 14 over here. Because let's say this is negative 14, this is 9. It's going to be in the 4th quadrant and it is intersecting the x-axis at 2 points. That means what? This has to go up because this can be the minimum or the maximum point. It can either go down or go up. If it is go down, it will never meet the x-axis. So this is how my graph looks like. That means negative 14 is the minimum value. Alright, because parabola is going up. because it had to intersect the x-axis at 2 points. Now y is equal to ax square plus bx plus c. A, b and c are constants. Which of the following could be the value of a plus b plus c? So to get a plus b plus c, if you put x is equal to 1, you will get y is equal to a plus b plus c. Okay? So when x is equal to 1, that means over here. It could be here, it could be here. But y value is a plus b plus c and your minimum is negative 14, so y has to be greater than negative 14. Right? Y has to be greater than negative 14. That means we see the options where y is greater than negative 14. Negative 23 is gone, negative 19 is gone, negative 14 is gone. The only option is negative 12. And for this one, I want to see how they are solving it. Okay. If A is positive, parabola will open upward. A is negative, parabola will open downward. Yes. Parabola is vertex 9, negative 14. Okay, they are writing it in the. Okay, yeah. Parabola must open upward. Yeah. Constant has to be, A has to be positive value. 64A. Oh my god. Yeah, that is how I solved the first time, but that's just way too much. My way is better. Okay, I will tell you what they are trying to do. You have y is equal to ax square plus bx plus c. 9, negative 14 is vertex. That means it is a point on parabola. You type it. You write it over here. Negative 14 equals a times 9 squared plus b times 9 plus c. You get 81a plus 9b plus c, and that is equal to negative 14. Alright? This is a very complicated method, but let me explain it to you. Now you also know that the value of h is going to be negative b over 2a. That means 9 is your h. 9 is going to be negative b over 2a. From there I can say that my b is going to be negative 18a. You multiply with negative 2a on both sides. Now b is negative 18a, so you substitute it over here. You get negative 14 equals 81a plus 9 times negative 18a plus c. Now 18 times 9 is 182. So getting negative 81a plus c. Alright, so from here your c is going to be, you add 81a, you add 81a. So your c is going to be 81a minus 14. And now a plus b plus c is going to be a minus 18a plus 81a minus 14. 82a minus 18a minus 14. 64a minus 14. That's what you're getting. And now again, now they're saying that because it is intersecting x at 2 points, a is going to be greater than 0. That means 64a is going to be a positive number. That means 64a minus 14 is going to be, we are subtracting 14 on both sides, going to be greater than negative 14. That means a plus b plus c has to be greater than negative 14. That's what they do. So that's a lot more complicated method, that you're finding b in terms of a, you're finding c in terms of a, and then you're adding a plus b plus c. And again you're saying that a has to be positive, so this entire value has to be greater than negative 14. So the only option is negative 12. That's a lot more complicated. Easier thing that you can do is just this one. You're getting a plus b plus c when the value of x is 1, right? And you know a is positive, so whatever y value you're getting, it has to be greater than negative 14 because that's the minimum value. So y has to be greater than negative 14. I will recommend that you remember this concept and solve it using this concept, not the method 2, because they have given the same solution, and first time I tried to solve it I did that way, but I found the better way. So this is also a little complicated problem. There are two problems which are complicated. There was one before, and now this is the one. Now next is 65. There's so many questions, they're not just ending. Here. When the quadratic function is graphed, y is equal to f of x, vertex is negative 3, 6. One of the x-intercepts is negative 17 fourths 0. What is other x-intercept? Over here, that concepts come handy because this is negative 17 fourths 0. The other x-intercept is going to be x comma 0. You have the same value. Your h value is negative 3 and your h is a plus b over 2. So basically negative 3 is equal to negative 17 fourths plus x over 2. You multiply with 2, negative 6 is equal to negative 17 fourths plus x. Put this in graphing calculator, you will get the answer. Negative 1.75, convert this into a fraction. Negative 7 fourths is your answer. That's method 1. And trust me, it is the easier method. Second method would be vertex is negative 3, 6. And one of the points is given as negative 17 fourths, 0. What just happened? This was question number 65, I guess. Something horrible happened here. So if vertex is given and there is one more point given, so I have told you can use the vertex form. That will be a times x. Because it is negative, it will become x plus 3 whole squared plus 6. In table you write the point negative 7 14 and 0. Now from response you get the equation, and from there you can see the other x-intercept. So this is the other way you write the table. Negative 17 fourths and 0. And then you write y1 is a times x plus 3 whole squared plus 6. ax1. Negative 4.25, negative 1.75. Those are the x-intercepts. Negative 4.25 is negative 17 fourths only. Negative 1.75 is negative 7 fourths. So the answer is negative 7 fourths. So that's the second method from which you can get your answer. Alright, through modeling, like getting the equation and then finding the x-intercepts from there, or you can utilize that your axis of symmetry or the x value of the vertex is going to be exactly in middle of those two x-intercepts. F of x is x plus 3 times x plus 1. It's a parabola. Which of the following intervals contains the x coordinate of the vertex? Again, there are two methods because factored form is given to you. Negative 3 comma 0 and negative 1 comma 0 are the x-intercepts. So your h is going to be negative 3 plus negative 1 over 2. That's negative 4 over 2, that is negative 2. So the value of x is negative 2. This is gone. After negative 3 comes negative 2, so this is the answer. Between negative 3 and negative 4, no, it's not between negative 3 and negative 4. So this is my answer. The only thing is that you should know that negative 2 comes between negative 3 and 1. Second method is put equation in decimals. You will get the answer. I am telling you the other method so that you understand that if two y values are same, then your axis of symmetry is exactly in the middle of two x points. Yeah. So the minimum, the vertex x coordinate of the vertex is negative 2, and that comes between negative 3 to 1. And if you're like, how do I know that? So you write exactly this, negative 3 x 1, and you see negative 2 is coming over here. You write the first interval, you see negative 2 is not here, and next two intervals you already know because those are the positive ones, so you will be confused in A and B, so you can just type the exact interval and see where vertex is coming. So it's coming in negative 3 to 1. Next is question number 70. Again we have a rectangular garden. So this is area problem. Length is 5 feet longer than width. Area is 104. What will be length? So here you will assume width is x. Length is 5 feet longer, that means x plus 5. And area is LW. Area is given as 104. So 104 equals x times x plus 5. Solving this in decimals, that's the best way. Getting the value of x is 8. Negative value we will not take because width and length can't be negative. So most people, they will write answer as 8 only, but they're talking about length. Length is x plus 5. So that is 8 plus 5, that is 13. So your answer is 13. Because they are asking you to find the length, not the width. That is where you can be caught in this particular question. You find the value of x and you write that as your answer. Always read what they are asking in the question. Next is 82. There's still a lot of questions here. Easy questions were less. So from this you get the idea. From quadratics, they will give you the complicated questions. Here, square P has a side length of x inches, square Q has a perimeter that is 176. Again, this is area like square. Okay. Square P has a side length of x inches, square Q. They're talking about two different squares, so I will make the squares. They don't look like squares, but yeah. This is square P, and the length is x inches. Now square Q has perimeter that is 176 inches greater than the perimeter of square P. So P of square Q, P means perimeter. I will write perimeter of square Q is 176 greater than perimeter of square P. Function gives the area of square, so you have to find area of square Q. So square P, the length is x inches, so perimeter of square P is going to be 4x. So now perimeter of square Q is 176 plus 4x, and area of square Q is going to be its length squared, right? And let's say in square Q it is y. So its perimeter is going to be 4y. 4y is 176 plus 4x, and area is going to be y squared because y times 1. So from here you get y divided by 4 on every side. So you get 176 divided by 4, it's 44. 44 plus x. You divide both of them with 4. So y is 44 plus x. So f is going to be 44 plus x whole squared. Let me explain one more time. I will move myself over here. Yeah. So P has a length of x inches. Its perimeter is going to be 4x and its area is going to be x squared. Square Q, they are talking about the perimeter. We do not know what is its length. So we say that in square Q, let's say the length is y. Now it has a perimeter, so its perimeter will be 4y, but its perimeter is 176 greater than perimeter of square P. So perimeter of square Q is 176 plus perimeter of square P. So 4y is equal to 176 plus 4x, because 4x is perimeter of square P, 4y is perimeter of square Q. 4y is equal to 176 plus 4x. Now they want the area of square Q. So area is going to be y square. So and all the options are in terms of x. So we find y in terms of x. 4y is 176 plus 4x. You divide by 4. So 4y divided by 4 becomes 4. 176 divided by 4 is 44. 4x divided by 4 is 4. You have to divide everything with 4, all the terms. So now you have got it is 44 plus x, that is your y. So area is y squared, so it is going to be x plus 44 whole squared. I hope it is clear. Yeah. So this one is a little tricky, right? Because there are a lot of things that you have to take care of. Next is question number 83. My cat is here. She's like, for how long you're going to do this? Okay. Surface area of cube is this. So surface area of cube is 6s squared. This will not be given in the reference sheet, so you can write this formula, where s is edge length. Yeah. And surface area is given as 6a over 4 whole squared. A is a positive constant. Which of the following gives a perimeter of one face of cube? So we are talking about cube. One face is going to be a square. perimeter of one face is going to be 4s. So if I can find my s, I can find my perimeter. Now surface area is given as 6a4 whole squared, and that should be equal to 6s squared. So from here you can see that your s has to be a over 4. If s is a over 4, perimeter of one face is going to be 4 times a over 4. Answer is A. So over here you need to know the formula for surface area of cube, and then in cube all your faces are squares. That's what you need to know. So it's 6s squared, so the value of s is going to be a over 4, and then perimeter is going to be 4s, so 4 times a over 4 is going to be just a. So that's your answer. Okay. This was question number 83. Next is 94. Oh my god. Yeah. So this one is table shows 3 values of x and their corresponding values of y, where y is equal to f of x plus 4 and f is a quadratic function. What is y coordinate of the y-intercept of the graph? Y is equal to f of x in the xy plane. So you have to find the y-intercept of f of x. Now y is equal to f of x plus 4. So from here, f of x is going to be y minus 4. So you have to go 4 down. So here you can find the value of y minus 4, that is going to be f of x. Negative 8 minus 4, 8 minus 4, negative 8 minus 4. That's method 1. And now you just go, 3 different points are given to you. So you write the table 21, 23, 25. And now f of x values are y minus 4, negative 8 minus, like negative 8 minus 4, 8 minus 4, negative 8 minus 4. And because you want y-intercept, just use the standard form. And there are 3 points given to you, so you can easily use the standard form ax square plus bx plus c. The value of c is going to be your y-intercept, negative 2, 1, 1, 2. Is your answer. So writing this table is your method 1. Method 2 is you write 21, negative 8, 23, 8, 25, negative 8. Get equation of y, y-intercept of y, then subtract 4. Method 1 is subtract 4 from each value of y. Find equation of f of x. C is going to be your y-intercept. Make sense? So you can subtract 4 from all of the y values, or you can use the exact table, get the equation, then subtract 4 from the final answer. But you will still get the same answer, that is negative 2, 1, 1, 2. So over here the only thing is what people will do. They will write the answer negative 2108, or they will add 4 to it. You don't have to add 4, you have to add subtract, because it is f of x plus 4. So f of x is y minus 4. So you have to subtract 4, you will get negative 2112. Okay. Next question is 97. How many questions are remaining? Oh my god, there's still lots of questions remaining. Most of the quadratic questions are hard only. Okay, 97 is the next one. Yeah. So here also, the same question. Quadratic function models the height in feet above the ground in terms of time in seconds. So this is your x, this is your y. The model indicates the object has an initial height of 10 feet, that means 0, 10, because initial means y-intercept. Reaches a maximum height of 1034 feet above the ground 8 seconds after being launched. So maximum means vertex. So you have to use vertex form. Now based on model, what is the height? So you do not know the y value. Above the ground 10 seconds after being launched. Now here if height was 10, then we could have done the excess of symmetry thing, but here you will have to model it. So use vertex form, it is going to be a times x minus 8 whole square plus 1034. This is going to be your in table. Now once you have got this, you go here. In your table, point is 0, 10. Your equation is going to be a times x minus 8 whole squared plus 1034 x1. The value of a is negative 16. And now the value of x is given as 10, you have to find y. You write exact same thing, y equals a times x is 10 minus 8 whole squared plus 1034. You will get y is equal to 970, that's the answer. Option C. So you have one point and you have maximum, that is vertex. Always write in vertex form, you will get the value of a, and then using that you can find your x or y, whatever it is. Alright? So this is a proper distance question. This was 97. Next question is 102. It's page number 103. Okay. Total distance traveled can be modeled by a quadratic function that is defined in terms of t, d in terms of t. So d is your equivalent to y, t is equivalent to x. At a time of 10 seconds, the total distance traveled by the object is 50 meters. So this point is 10, 50. And at 20 seconds, time of 20 seconds, total distance is 200 meters. So at 20 it is 200. if the object was at a distance of 0 meters when t is equal to 0, so third point is 0, 0. Then what is the total distance travelled in meters by the object after 30 seconds? So you have 30, via 30, d. Now 3 different points are given to you, so whenever 3 points are given, use standard form. Ax square plus bx plus c, and put these 3 points in table. So your points are 10, 50, 20, 200, I guess. And then there is 0, 0. A x1 squared plus b x1 plus c. We have got 0.500. Okay. Now we have to find y. A, the value of x is given as 30, so a times 30 squared plus b is 0, so don't need to do anything. Y is 450, 450 is your answer. Or you know, x is equal to 30 given to you, so you can just write x equals 30. Yeah, and then just see where it is meeting. So that's a little longer, right? 30, 451, 30, 445. There's so many 30, things. So yeah, better way is just write in the equation y equals a times 30 squared. No need to write b and c because the values are 0, otherwise you could have done b times 30 plus c. You'll still get 450. Okay, so writing x equals 30 to identify what is happening, that's a little more difficult. Truth, thank goodness I saw an Indian teaching SAT. Please teach in Hindi, much appreciated. Ma'am, only one request, please teach the whole course of maths. So Truth, you're talking about the SAT maths or you're talking about maths in general? And yes, I'm not teaching in Hindi because English everybody can understand, and there are lots of SAT maths. Yes, I'm trying to do that. I'm trying to cover everything. There's one exam on 24th August. The next slot is on 5th October. So I'm not sure if I will be able to cover everything before 24th August. But I will try my best to cover the entire thing. And yes, I'm not talking in English. The reason is because most of the students are from US, so they can also understand English. And English can be understood by everybody, whoever is over here, like in any parts of the world. That's why I'm not using Hindi. But my other videos, like okay, sure, I'm speaking in Indian English, that's all I can do for now. But there are other videos, not for SAT maths, but there are other videos for JEE means and everything, for JEE and all those. There I've spoken in Hindi only because that is for Indian audience, but SAT is universal, so over here it will be a little difficult for me. I will try if I can do a Hindi series as well, but for now I'll be just speaking in English. Sorry, so for this one, D is Y, T is X. But I will try to do a Hindi series as well after finishing the English series. 10, 50, 200, 200, 0, 0, 30, y is 450. So you put these in table, you write the equation standard form y ax square plus bx plus c. You use for Desmos, and then you write y equals a times 30 whole squared. You don't need b and 0 because their value is 0. B and c because their value is 0. Now the next question is 109. No, 104. Huh? There is some problem. 105, not 104. I was like, this is a medium question. Okay, let's see what he's saying. Yeah. Thank you so much, Truth. Yeah. Also, you can check out my full-length practice tests that are available on Blue Book. So I have done all the questions over there. So you can also look there how I am solving the problems in the given time. Yeah, over here, f of x equals 4x square minus 50x plus 126. For what value of x does it reaches its minimum? You can use Desmos, or you can simply write for what value of x reaches minimum. That means you're talking about h, or the excess of symmetry, that is negative b over 2a. Negative of negative 50 over 2 times 4, so that's just 50 over 8. For these kind of problems where no options are given, I personally like to write answers in fraction form. Method 2 is you just put in Desmos. So write 4x squared minus 50x, shift 6, minus 40x or plus 40x, minus 50x plus 126. You have to find the minimum value. See, you will have to zoom out and you will have to do all those things. So if you remember the formula, that's also great. 6.25. You can write 6.25 as your answer. That's also perfectly fine. I personally prefer in fractional form. Now after 105, next question is 109. My younger one is also here. She's like, what is happening? We have waited for so long. My older one is over here on the books counter. My younger one is on the keyboard and she's going to create havoc now. I'm just trying to put her over here. I know she will not accept it, but yeah, I'm just trying. Now she's going to attack me here. Over here, for what value of x does f of x reach its minimum? This is, I don't know why they've put this in hard question. This is the easiest question. This is vertex form. Vertex is negative 7, 4. For what value of x does f of x reach its minimum? If you're talking about x value, the answer is negative 7. It's that easy. You just have to know that minimum is your vertex. Oh, you're also appearing on 24th August. Yes, I will try to cover as much as possible. I'm also planning to cover most of the things until 24th August. And that's why today I started with this topic, because this is the most difficult topic and the longest one. So yeah. After 109, that next is 118. Quadratic function models height x seconds after. Which of the following represents real life meaning of positive x-intercept of the graph? So x-intercept is going to be x comma 0. This is your time in seconds, and this is going to be your height. So for x-intercept, height is 0. Time at which projectile hits the ground. Height is 0 when it hits the ground. Everything else, you don't need to do anything. You just need to know what is x-intercept. That means there's going to be some time. Time at which projectile reaches maximum height, that's vertex. So no, that's not x-intercept. Maximum height, this is x of vertex, this is y of vertex. Initial height is your y-intercept. The time at which projectile hits the ground, that means your height is 0. I will write height is equal to 0 because we are also representing vertex as h comma q. So this is going to be option E. So this is also fairly simple question. You don't need to do anything. Yeah. Which one? This was 118. Last 3 questions. So there are last 3 questions. I'm going to 124th question, page number 125 here. For what value of x does f of, so these are easy questions, f of x reach its minimum. There are only 2 or 3 questions which are like, oh my god, what just happened? You have to apply every single concept that you know about quadratics. These are easy ones. F of what value of x does reach, this is factored form. X-intercepts are 10, 0, negative 13, 0. So your h value, the minimum value is going to be 10 minus 13 over 2. Negative 3/2 is the answer. Or, as I told you, you can go to the Desmos. Keep subtracting it here. That's your minimum value. Negative 1.5, that is negative 3/2. So next is 129. That will be page number 130. What is the minimum value? They've directly given you the vertex. And they want to know minimum value, that means they want to know the y value. So vertex is 2, negative 4, minimum value is negative 4. Because this minimum value is occurring at 2, but the minimum value is negative 4. So minimum value of function in quadratics is your y value. Minimum or maximum, in this case it's minimum, it could have been maximum, it remains the same. Answer is negative 4 because this is directly vertex form. You can directly write your vertex 2, negative 4, negative 4 is your answer. Or you can go here. Trust me, if you know the concepts, it's much easier because you can get your answer in a you can get your answer faster, and that will save you time. 2, negative 4 is the answer. That's the minimum value. And now one last question. I'm so happy. Yeah. So p of x is defined as x minus c whole squared plus 160 over 2c, where c is a constant. If p of c is equal to 10, what is the value of p of 12? This is not necessarily quadratics, it's just little manipulation. Alright. X minus c whole squared plus 160 over 2c. Now p of c is equal to 10. That means you replace your x with c. Basically P of C will be C minus C whole square plus 160 over 2C. This is given as 10. So C minus C is 0. So this is 160 over 2C. From here you can get the value of C as 8. You just have to interchange them. 2C will be 160 over 10. 2C 16, C is going to be 8. Now they want the value of P of 12. So we can just write 12 minus 8 whole square plus 160 divided by 2 times 8. Or you can simply write P of x equals divided by 2, value of C is 8. You will have to find the value of C, there is no thing about it. And now you have x minus 8 whole square plus 160, okay? And you want P of 12, so you just write P of 12. Answer is 11. Got it? Or you can put this equation as well. You can replace with 12. You will get 11 here as well. Okay? Both the methods are fine. So in this one, first we have to find the value of C using this. Once you know the value of C, you can just put the value of C over here and then get P of 12. That is it. How many questions were these? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I will just use the counters and so range is, it's going from C to C134, let's say. And the word that we're looking for is quadratics, and there are counters. Yeah. Next I'm going from B2 to B134, and the value that we're looking over here is how? $24. So there are 24 hard problems, 17 medium problems, and 10 easy problems. So this one is tough problems here. Also, ma'am, is there any way I can join your class of American students? Yes, ma'am, it's 4 in the morning in India. Yeah, it's 4 in the morning, 4:30 now. Oh my God, yeah. So I take personal classes. I don't have batches, the American students. So yes, you can join the classes as well. Yeah, you can drop me an email and we can connect. Okay, yeah, that can be done. But I give personal classes, like one-on-one classes. I don't have batches where there are so many students, and that's why I started with the YouTube, so that I can, reach more number of people, because mostly I take online students. My classes are online, so I'm sitting in front of the laptop only. I don't have physical classes. And of course, most of them are American students, so it can't be physical classes. So that is why I started with YouTube, so that I can connect to most of more number of students. But yeah, you can also join the classes. I will just write my email ID in the chat. Or you can drop me mail over there, and then yeah, we can connect. I'm not giving my phone number, but yeah, I will give you my phone number over there. Yeah, and we can decide a time and we can go over it. Yeah, so that is it. Like there were 24 hard questions, 17 medium questions, and 10 easy questions. So that's 20 plus 10 is 30. 30 plus 20 is 50. 51 questions approximately. That's a lot. So yeah, there are total 132 questions in non-linear functions, but I was just able to cover quadratics today because it's already 4:30 in the morning, and I have a class in half an hour, and it's 3 hours and 15 minutes. So exponential functions I will take in the next class, and you can see most of the hard questions are from quadratics. Some of them are easy if you know what is minimum, what is maximum, they are the vertex. But some of the questions, they require each and every single concept, understanding of quadratics and applying them together. So yeah, that is it. We're done. Thank you so much everyone for watching, for subscribing, for sharing, for liking, for commenting. So in this video also you can comment what did you like about this, what new did you learn. And I've also been saying that if you have in modeling questions, if you can just figure out the points, you can just directly go to Desmos and use regression. Regression means just putting out a table and then y1 tilde sign, and then just the ax1 squared plus bx1 plus c, and you can get the values of a, b and c based on the table. That is for if 3 points are given to you. If otherwise, they will give you a maximum point and one more point. So over there, what you can do, over there you write the vertex form, a times x minus, and you write the vertex, whatever the vertex is given to you, and using that other point you can find the value of a and then use it to find whatever they are asking for. That's one thing. And a very important thing is, if f of a is equal to f of b in quadratics, then your axis of symmetry is going to be x is equal to a plus b over 2. That's another concept that they've used so much. Okay, so yeah, that is it. I will be going now. It's 4:30 in the morning, and I know in America it's going to be different time. In EST it will be 7 p.m. In CST time zone it will be 6 p.m. Yeah, so they're different time zones. But yeah, thank you so much. It was fun doing this exercise. I hope it was helpful. I hope you learned something new. Please let me know about that, and yeah, thank you so much. But I will be changing the description and the title so that the other students who will be seeing later, they know that we're just talking about the quadratics over here. Yeah. Bye. Good night, good morning.